You're just not allowed to use your arms.
Okay.
This is going to be difficult.
When are we starting?
Oh, sorry, we're starting.
No.
Ready?
Hang on, you're a bit ahead of me.
Yeah, but you're taller.
What's that mean? That ain't any different. Right, go. Today we are making one of the most classic cookies of all time. Butter cookies. No chocolate chips, no fillings, no distractions, just butter, sugar and flour doing all the heavy lifting. Americans absolutely love these, but can something this simple really be that good?
Let's find out. I honestly thought that chocolate chip cookies would be like right up there in one of the favourites. So let us know, are butter cookies one of your favourite cookies or are chocolate chips? I know a few of you do love oatmeal and raisin like I do, but I wouldn't have thought butter cookies would be right up there. I'm guessing that they're going to be like rich and buttery and tasty. And I do like buttery biscuits over here. So I wonder if they'll be very similar at all.
Right, what's up first?
KitchenAid time. Some butter and we've got some sugar and we're just creaming it in together until it's light and fluffy. Okay, now for some egg yolks and a bit of vanilla. I do love this little contraption, it's so good, isn't it? In with one. Oh, this one don't want to play ball. Oh, there we go. Do you have a contraption like this at home for separating egg yolks, or do you do it just in the shells? I used to always just do it with the shells. I didn't even know these kind of things existed, but my, what a nice little gadget this is. And two. Okay, and now in with 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2. One thing that you guys told us was about all the different variations of vanilla and how to like make your own vanilla extract, which is something that I didn't really know about before doing this channel. Admittedly, I didn't run in like foodie circles, but you guys, you seem to know a lot about food, and I don't know whether it's just an American thing or whether it's just the type of viewers that we have and you all like food as much as we do, so we like share ideas about things. But yeah, I like learning about things like vanilla and like how you make your own maple syrups and sorghum, and Steve, I'm talking to you, and all these like other things that you make yourself that we tend to just buy because that's all we've ever done. But you seem a lot more resourceful than I've ever been before. Okay, now we've got to pop in the rest of the ingredients, which is just some flour. So in we go. Okay, we just need to mix this until the flour is just incorporated, so therefore not over mixing the stuff. And on low speed. Okay, that looks about fully incorporated to me. So I'm now going to pop this out onto the floured surface and knead it with my hands. Let's get this dough out. It does smell good and buttery, and that vanilla just gives it a lovely, subtle smell, but it does smell really good. I think I'm going to really enjoy these. I'm not going to be shy, I'm just going to go in with my hands, I think. I said I'm just going to go with my hands and then I continue to pick up this. I've obviously not evolved enough, have I? We just need to knead this a few times until it comes together in a ball. You can certainly feel the greasy butteriness of this. I'm guessing it's going to kind of expand quite a lot when we're cooking these. Okay, and now we've got to roll it into kind of a sausage oblong shape. And if you do want to follow along and do this recipe today, we will pop a link down in the description for you to follow, but it comes from none other than Preppy Kitchen, which we do love their recipes and they make some incredible things there. I think one of my favourite recipes of John's to date has been the lemon bars, and I mean that base, it was like a shortbread base, which is what I think in these might be a little bit like. We do have like these butter biscuits over here, and they are my go-to if I buy biscuits, but they're a little bit fancy and they do cost quite a bit just for a biscuit. But you have to forgive me, I know I'm saying biscuits and these are cookies, but we call anything other than a chocolate chip cookie really a biscuit, and then we don't have biscuits that you guys have over there. It's very confusing, isn't it? All these changes and differences and slight words that we use between English and American English. It's bizarre because we're both speaking English, but sometimes, oh my gosh, we could be talking about completely different things. And that's happened twice now. Once with the haystacks. I think a lot of you saw that recipe where I used uncooked egg noodles, not knowing that you have something different as chow mein noodles. And then before there was a whole thing with lasagna where we had tomato puree, tomato paste and tomato sauce. They're all different over here. So yeah, really strange things. Let me know, have you got any other funny words that maybe we say that means something different over there, or vice versa? because I love learning all these different things about language as well. Anyway, let's get this one wrapped up because we're gonna have to pop it in the fridge to chill. So I'm gonna pop it in some parchment paper or some cling film or something, and then just wrap it tightly and pop it into the fridge to chill for at least an hour before we bake these. Now, by all accounts, the reason we do this is because I guess of the high butter content in these. This can actually spread out quite a lot while it's chilling. So by tightly wrapping it, you're keeping it kind of in this sausage shape. Let's see if I can do it. So we'll pop this into the refrigerator, like I said, for at least an hour, and then we'll get baking. Cookie time. Okay, so it has chilled and it's now quite hard actually, whereas before it was some kind of gooey mess. So I'm pleased to report it has stayed in shape. Right, we've got some coarse sugar and we're just going to try and get this on the outside of this cookie dough. I'm just going to roll it in the sugar, pressing down to get it all covered like this. I think that's going to crisp up nicely whilst it's cooking in the oven. There's a couple of gaps here, but I'm going to try and fill them with sugar so we get a completely nice coverage of sugar on the outside of these cookies when I cut them up. Okay, now we need to cut these into cookie shapes. So I'm just going to move this mat to the side. So I just need to cut these into about 3/4 of an inch thick. I'm just going to cut off the end because it's a bit raggedy. So I'm not sure if these are something that you would typically have at Christmas time, but that is exactly what we're doing today. But let us know, what Christmas traditions do you have and what cookies in particular do you like having about this time of year? Are you saying you want a cookie? Now just to place them on a lined sheet, because these are going in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, and the oven has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, into the oven for those 10 to 12 minutes. We've got to let these cookies cool down before we could do the taste test on them. So, do you fancy a little game?
I'm game.
So we're going to be using Nutter Butters. Okay, so I'm going to put a Nutter Butter on this plate, and we got to both start back by Alyssa and see which one of us can get the Nutter Butter first without using our hands. Here we go.
You're just not allowed to use your arms.
Okay.
This is going to be difficult.
When are we starting?
Oh, sorry, we're starting.
No.
Ready?
Hang on, you're a bit ahead of me.
Yeah, but you're taller.
What's that mean? That don't make any difference. Right, If you're enjoying these real moments with us, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell and the all button. We absolutely love sharing these moments with you guys across the pond. Right, it is now time for
Cookie time. Oh, Alana's elf name. What was your elf name?
Cookie Candy Fluff.
Yeah, so you should have the first cookie, I think.
These do smell really nice.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, Alyssa's trying to get some.
Yes.
She's like, where's mine? Hey, these two are so close, aren't you? You love your little sister.
No.
Don't like them? Or you don't like your sister?
I like my sister, but I don't like them.
You don't like them? Okay.
That surprises me. They smell so good. I think I was going to like those. Can I go next, considering
Yeah.
I didn't get the Nutter Butter? Smell buttery. Nice. They remind me a little bit of shortbread.
Okay.
I give it a 1 out of 1 means don't like it.
You're giving it a 1 out of 10, yeah?
That means I don't like it.
Okay, well that's all right. That's all right. You liking them?
They're a lot softer than shortbread. I am liking these. I could eat quite a few of them.
Yeah, much softer than shortbread. I must admit, I'm not a massive fan of shortbread.
I love shortbread. I just bought a whole box of shortbread for Christmas thinking that I liked it.
You like it. That's all that matters, isn't it? Don't worry about us, me and the landowner. I'm quite surprised these are like the nation's favourites.
But are they the nation's favourite? Let us know.
They taste nice. I expect they go down really, really well with like a cup of tea or a coffee or a glass of milk. Are they the best cookie I've ever had? No. Are they horrible? No. Marked out of 10. I'm probably going to go for a 7 for these.
I like the butteriness of these. The fact that these are called butter cookies, they're not as buttery as I would expect. I think they're lacking like a slight little bit of flavour, something more, a little bit of a punch more would be quite good with them. And I'm loving that crunchy sweetness with the sugar on the outside. I like them, but like you said, I don't think they're the best cookies in the world, but I would give them a good 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, 7 out of 10? If you're watching this video the day it releases, we want to wish you all a Merry, Merry Christmas and a prosperous and healthy New Year. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Merry Christmas.
And all that leaves this little British family to say is...
Take care.
God bless.
And see y'all in the next video.